All right, we're back. The 2022 WNBA draft is in the books, and one Jackson State basketball star is now in the JSU history books with a signature moment in tonight's draft. Well, thanks, Troy and Megan. Tamika Reed was introduced as Charlotte's new head coach on Monday, and just 2 days later, JSU women's basketball has their new head coach, Margaret Richards. All right, thank you for staying up with us to watch another edition of the Blitz, week 8 of the Blitz, and we start things off with a crucial showdown in district play. We take a break from the action to put the spotlight on the Blitz 16 Player of the Week. Here is the scene this morning at MRA. Now to some MAIS playoff action. In the 4A playoffs, Tri-County Academy was at home, and of course, that's a good place to be if you're a Rebel fan. Great record at home for the Rebels this year. Welcome back. The Belhaven Blazers are making history with each win on the football field, and this weekend they have an opportunity to shock the world. That's right, Megan. Here's what I know now. Jackson State continues to deny that Deion Sanders is a candidate for their head coaching job. However, today there were multiple reports that Primetime will indeed be the next head football coach. And here's what my sources are telling me. Deion is in position to be the next head coach. One potential hang-up to the deal is that Deion is under contract with Under Armour, and JSU is under contract with Nike until 2022. I'm being told that's not a deal breaker, and negotiations are still ongoing to work out that snag. Officially, though, Jackson State continues to say that Deion is not a candidate, but a meeting has been scheduled with the media for Sunday. Jackson State is expected to announce their next head coach on Monday. Now, remember, offensive coordinator T.C. Taylor is the interim head coach. It has been a strong candidate to be the next head coach. We'll keep you updated as the story progresses.
Director Joe Cook in the studio tonight with more on that wild finish.
Thanks, Scott. Mississippi State is in the College World Series finals, thanks in part to a huge swing from Raymond native Tanner Leggett, who was in position for the game-winning play.
1-1 to Tanner Leggett. That ball is into left field. Here comes Skinner. He's going to score.
There it goes in the bottom of the ninth. Central Hines Academy product Tanner Leggett gets the biggest hit of his life. The game was tied 3-3 against Texas, but Leggett was able to make the key play to end the game and send MSU to the College World Series finals. The South State Baseball Championship Series will feature Brandon and Northwest Rankin, a highly anticipated matchup. But for the Bulldogs, they're playing for a lot more than just the South State title. If you remember, last summer, Brandon baseball player Nathan Griffith passed away after drowning at the reservoir. Nathan's teammates dedicated what would have been his senior season this year to him with T-shirts with his number 29. Brandon has been clicking on both sides of the ball going into their matchup with crosstown rival Northwest Rankin. Brandon's head coach Daniel Best is already proud of how his team has come together and played to honor Nathan.
Just seems to all come together this year, and I feel like they're picking each other up, playing behind each other well. With the passing of Nate Griffith this summer, who was really close, I think that has a lot to do with us buying in and playing for each other and knowing that we're out here playing for something greater than just a game of baseball.
And the Bulldogs are playing with Nate on their mind, but the senior class is also out to finish the game against a team they've been anxious to play again with a lot on the line this time.
We've been waiting for it all year. We owe them something. And I think if we play our game, we got a really good chance to beat them, and we should. For playing for Nate, we've been having that all year. We've broken it down on his number all year. We love him a lot, but I know he would want us to keep playing it and win it for him, and that's what we plan on doing.
All right, game one is tomorrow night in Brandon. Should be an excellent series. So we're going to start off with an in-state rivalry, Alcorn State and Jackson State in the Soul Bowl. The Braves needing a win to keep their SWAC championship game hopes alive, while JSU trying to secure an 8-win season. Let's go out to the vet for a star-studded event. Former Pittsburgh Steeler great Marquise Pouncey, former JSU Tigers Isaiah Bolden, Aubrey Miller, TV personality Terrence J, and Grammy Award-winning singer Kim all on hand for this year's Soul Bowl. It's also JSU Senior Day, and the teams, well, they came out and put on a show. How about this? First touchdown of the game goes to Alcorn State's Jarvie and Howard. The big back crosses the goal line. As the Braves scored on their first 2 possessions, they jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Then the second quarter, Jacobian Morgan of Kent High School hits DJ Stevens out of Ridgeland High School in the local connection. They get 6, and that tied the game up at 14-all. In the second half, Alcorn State regained the lead as Aaron Allen going deep to Montario Hunt on a deep passing catch. His second scoring connection of the game for those two made it 21-14 Braves. JSU says, hey, we can do that too. Morgan going deep to Fabian McCray. His second touchdown catch ties the game at 21 all. Back and forth we go. Allen in the fourth finds his target, number 2, Malik Rogers, and he gets 6. The Braves take a 28-21 lead in the fourth quarter. Fast forward to late in the game, JSU's last chance. Jason Brown taking over from Morgan, who left the game with the injury, but the Tigers can't convert on 4th and long to keep their drive going. The Braves, they'll win their first Soul Bowl since 2019 with a 28-24 win over Jackson State. Bittersweet win because Prairie View won their game, so no SWAC championship for Alcorn, but they end the year on a high note. All right, time for sports. Saturday, when the Bulldogs arrive in Columbia, South Carolina, they'll be greeted by some familiar faces. Gamecocks head coach Shane Beamer knows MSU and Starkville very well. Beamer got his first full-time coaching job in Starkville. He spent 3 seasons on the staff after being hired by Sylvester Croom in 2004. He also met his wife there, who is a Starkville native and MSU grad. MSU AD Zach Selman and Shane Beamer also go back to their time at Oklahoma together, and they're pretty tight. An MRA product, Stone Blanton will see a lot of Brandon native Will Rogers. Stone, a sophomore, is Carolina's starting middle linebacker. He grew up wanting to attend MSU, so it's going to be a Mississippi reunion in Columbia.
I grew up Mississippi State fan, was committed to them in baseball for a long time.
And welcome back. Huge high school football news tonight. It's officially the end of an era at Jackson Prep. Longtime coach Ricky Black is stepping down as the head football coach of the Patriots. Players and coaches have heard Ricky Black's voice for over 20 years on the sidelines of Jackson Prep, but a new voice will lead the Patriots at some point. Today, Ricky Black announced that he and Jackson Prep came to a mutual agreement to part ways. He will not seek renewal of his contract. Coach Black has coached the Patriots for 24 years and led them to 263 wins. He won his 400th career game this past season. He's one of only 2 coaches to achieve that mark. The Mississippi Sports Hall of Famer has 13 state championships and made Jackson Prep a powerhouse.
The biggest thing, you look back on the great players we had, the great success we had, especially the 7 in a row.
Welcome back. It's time for sports, and it was time for our best and brightest student athletes to put their name on the dotted line for National Signing Day. Let's get right to it. We start at Holmes County Central High School out in Lexington, where standout defensive lineman Terrence Hibbler Jr. made it official. He's going to Starkville to play at Mississippi State, going to MSU, and staying in state was important to Terrence. His parents will get to come to his games, and this signing fulfills a longtime dream.
Oh, really? It means a lot because it's been a dream of mine since a child. So I'm just ready to get up there and just ball out. We got a lot of new guys coming in out the portal, a lot of commits. So we going to have a good defense this year.
All right, congrats to Terrence. Now we go to Hartfield Academy, where a couple of Hawks teammates will go down to Hattiesburg to play for Will Hall at Southern Miss. 6A MAIS state champions Chris Jones and Blitz 16 Player of the Year Reed Jeslowski signed to USM. They hope to turn things around for the Golden Eagles.
You know, because Southern Miss, it feel like home, and I know I can go down there and build myself even more. And I want to play for my state, play for my city, and we're going to win for sure.
Yeah, good work ethic, and I want to make an impact early and get down there and play as soon as possible, and just compete.
All right, congrats to Chris and Reed going to USM. And that MRA with 15,269 yards. No one has thrown more passing yards in a high school career in Mississippi history than John White. Now he'll bring his golden arm to the USM Golden Eagles, and he has a chance to give them the stability at quarterback they need going forward.
Coach Hall is a great guy, and we've built a great relationship over the last 2 years. We talk once or twice a week, and I want to play for him, and he wants me to play for him, and so I'm looking forward to being the quarterback at Southern Miss and working with Coach Hall.
And fresh off his kidney transplant, MRA head coach Herbert Davis was there to congratulate John. So a nice moment there. And at Terry High School, All-State linebacker Marion Bailey signed to Middle Tennessee State this afternoon. He's the first early signee under head coach Chris Thigpen and the first Bulldog to sign Division I since 2019. He was a part of the team that made the playoffs for the first time in 17 years, and now he's taking that success with him to Middle Tennessee.
I feel like this is a big accomplishment. For all the hard work I put in, all the countless time I put into this game, I feel like it's just paying off. They've been showing love since they got on me. And I have an older cousin that's in the NFL. He went there. So it's always been in the blood.
All right, congrats to Omarion. And over at Jackson Academy, their top receiver, Keandre Terry, signed to play for Arkansas State. The Red Wolves, they love Central Mississippi wideouts like Terry. Yazoo County's Corey Rucker was their best receiver during his freshman year, and Terry hopes to have that same impact early on.